Thank you so much for deciding to join me today. Thank you so much for your precious time here. I really appreciate the fact that you decided to join me here. And no matter how you're feeling right now, no matter in which position right now, this is not a lecture about your life in any way, shape, or form. And this is not a battle of who has a more miserable life, me or you. I'm just sharing a moment of my life. So I'm 21 years old, and throughout my life, I've been mostly miserable because I'm from a culture where expressing feeling off or feeling not in your skin is considered not manly and weak. I've always pretended that, it's not that wrong. But I've been pretty miserable my whole life. And I actually never had a year of my life where I was happy or where I had a social connection, where I felt truly connected or seen. And most of my life, I've always tried to go down the path of self-help. I always thought that if I just push harder, if I just keep thinking harder, suddenly I have a chance to fix my whole life and finally feel okay inside. And I always thought that if I don't figure out a way how to improve my life suddenly, that it's all my fault and I'm not productive. But as I created this channel where I explore our feelings, thoughts, happiness, etc., I realized one thing. When you observe the brain through neuroscience, you truly realize that the more you push your thoughts to push your thinking, the less productive your brain is, and the way more likely it is to find the answer. So you know how our brain goes. Always these thoughts, these miserable thoughts about our life, our situations, about what is happening right now. Those thoughts. And as I was having those thoughts, I realized one thing. It might sound paradoxical and weird when I say stuff like I'm starting to enjoy the pain of life because I feel pretty miserable and I don't feel okay in my position. So how the hell could someone say I'm starting to enjoy the pain of life? And the reason is this, that life is really unpredictable, like very unpredictable, very spontaneous. And when you look at the people with the greatest hearts ever, or people who did something heroic or something truly remarkable, they went through so much suffering in life that some people can't even grasp or can even imagine or think about. And I realized that I'm doing basically everything in my power to get better, and I'm not suddenly going to find a magical answer that is going to fix all my problems. And then I realized deeply that yes, this is miserable, but basically there's also a side of me, of my soul, just saying I'm starting to enjoy the pain of life. It's like I found a corner in my soul that is saying no matter how miserable this all gets, I still can somehow enjoy it deep inside. And I'm not saying I'm never going to feel pain or I'm never going to feel off, but I'm just saying that it's basically the only thing I've experienced in my life was pain. I don't have the contrast to compare it to something different. And I healed from depression, like not fully. It's still wearing off, but I was diagnosed with a next level depression, very high level of depression. And there wasn't a day where I wasn't 99.9% sure I won't unalive myself, but I healed from depression. Yeah, I healed from depression, but I'm still miserable. I had huge chemical imbalance in my brain of serotonin and dopamine. But throughout all the suffering, I'm low-key starting to enjoy the fact that this is still life that I am experiencing. It's very precious. It's very, very precious. And we don't know what happens after death. I've just come to this conclusion that in some corner of my soul, I'm starting to enjoy the pain. Sorry if you can hear the door. I have open window. So no matter how hard my thoughts will get, how hard my mood will get, I'm always going to get reminded by a corner of my soul that I'm low-key starting to enjoy the pain. It's hard to put into words, I'm not saying I'm never going to feel worse than I'm feeling right now, and I'm not saying that this is going to be a permanent state. I'm just sharing a little moment of my life. So I need to tell you something. Feel free to hang out with me even more and explore many mind-blowing things about happiness, life, our thoughts, etc. for neuroscience. It's more my older videos than newer ones, but whatever. Take care, especially take care, and I can't wait to catch you soon.